Hey guys, and welcome to the guide. In this episode, we're going to be talking about probably one of the smartest game developers in existence. That being Ed, the guy's responsible for Doom, which is just recently released, like I think yesterday. I'm not covering Doom because I wanted to stay out of that hornet's nest. I kind of walked into a hornet's nest on Dark Souls 3, and I'm not too eager to jump right back into another one. So, but I did want to cover this because I think it's a topic worth mentioning. The game I'm playing is Shadow Warriors because I'm a cheap gamer, and yeah, I'll play Doom, but I'm gonna wait until it drops to like the $30 because that's how I am. But getting back on topic, sorry. So it pretty much has a legendary status in the video game world. They're the ones that popularized the first-person shooter genre in like the mid-90s. They're the ones that created Wolfenstein. They're the ones that created Doom. They made Quake. They made Quake 3 Arena, which was an awesome multiplayer game back in the day, and competed with Unreal Tournament, which you can get into an argument over somebody of which one was the better multiplayer game, Unreal Tournament or Quake 3 Arena. I don't want to get into that argument. What I want to get into is the discussion of how they've turned it from like an awesome game developer into like the real brains behind the operation by becoming an awesome game engine developer. Because that's pretty much what they do nowadays. If you go over their track record over like the past 3 console generations, from the original Xbox, PS2 generation to now the PS4 and the Xbox One generation, you'll notice that they only make one game per generation. With the PS2 and the Xbox original Xbox, it was Doom 3. With the Xbox 360 and the PS3, it was Rage. And now with this current next generation video game consoles, it's Doom 4, but they're just calling it Doom. It's really Doom 4. And what they do is they create games to show off their engine. That's really what they've been up to. And they've been very successful at it. Because I'll be honest, like Doom 3 was a good but not spectacular first-person shooter, but for its day it had amazing graphics. And that was the point of it, was to show off, hey, check out what our gaming engine can do. You really want to come talk to us whenever you're thinking about making your next video game. That's what they're saying to like the smaller game developers that can't quite afford to make their own gaming engine. And there's a huge market for that in the video game world. There is a giant market for smaller video game developers that don't have the resources or like the time to create their own engines. It's much more cost effective for them to go to a bigger developer like id and just pay for the rights to use their engine. Now, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. For people that don't know what an engine is, I should have explained this earlier. I'm sorry. A gaming engine is like the framework for the video game. Think of a picture up on the wall. In that sense, a gaming engine is like the frame for the picture. It provides the support and the tools that the developers need to create the video game that they want to create. But they're extremely time consuming and expensive to make. So for like smaller gaming developers, it's much more cost effective and saves them a whole bunch of time to just go out and buy the rights from a developer like id to use their gaming engine that they've already created. So in that sense, it works well for both sides, and it makes perfect sense business wise. And that's why it does it, and there's a lot of money in it for a big developer like id to do it. And id's not the only developer that does it. Epic Games does it with their Unreal Engine. If you go back to the PS2 and the original Xbox generation, the Unreal Engine was everywhere. And they made so much money off of just pimping out their Unreal Engine to smaller game developers. Now the Unreal Engine 4 is free, so they've made a lot of money on it, and that probably means that there's an Unreal 5 engine that they have, and that's what they're pushing now. Crytek, the company that makes Crysis, they do it with their Cry engine. Like they make the Crysis series just to show off what the Cry engine is capable of doing to attract smaller game developers to come to them and buy the rights to use their gaming engine. DICE does it with Frostbite. I mean, all the EA developers use the Frostbite engine, whether they want to admit it or not. So, in conclusion, the real geniuses in the video game world are companies like id, who make the engines that other developers need to create their video games, and id only makes games to show off their engine. They don't make games because they have to make games. They make games to show off their engine because they're going to make more money off of their engine than they are off of the actual game that they're making. That is the most genius scheme in the video game industry that I am currently aware of. Alright, thanks for watching.
Oh, fuck! Hoji! Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry. These portals aren't very precise.
You suck. Do you enjoy dropping me like that?
Just trying to land you in the air. It beats materializing a couple feet underground.
Your logic is sound.
Thank you.